He was a fighter pilot, then he became a prisoner of war, and finally the mastermind behind the most daring prison escape of World War II. In March 1944, one man would challenge a system designed to crush hope itself. Stalag Luft III was not an ordinary camp. It was a psychological weapon for prisoners. The prison was built on loose sand to collapse tunnels. Guards listened for vibrations beneath the ground. Lights burned all night, watching every move. Every detail sent the guards that escape is impossible. But what no one knew was this. Behind those walls, inside that escape-proof prison, a plan was already forming. And soon Stalag Luft III would become the stage for the greatest prison escape in history. Roger Bushell was born on August 30th, 1910 in the mining town of Springs, South Africa. His parents were Benjamin, a mine manager, and Dorothy, who had migrated from Britain before Roger's birth. At the age of 13, Bushell was sent to school in England, where he excelled in many pursuits, including languages, and played rugby for the school's first team. In 1932, he went to Cambridge to study law, a trained lawyer who chose the sky over the courtroom. When World War II began, Bushell flew Spitfires for the Royal Air Force. He survived dogfights most pilots didn't. But in 1940, his luck ran out. His plane was shot down over enemy territory. Roger Bushell became a prisoner of Nazi Germany. For most men, captivity breaks the spirit. For Bushell, it sharpened his mind. His first escape occurred in June 1941. He made it to within a few hundred yards of the Swiss border and freedom before being stopped by German guards. But soon he was captured, and at this time he was sent to Oflag 6B, only to escape from there with a fellow officer, a Czech pilot, in October the same year. Bushell was initially questioned by the Gestapo, the German secret police, and warned that if he attempted to escape again, he would be expelled. Finally, they sent him to a very secure prison, Stalag Luft III. Stalag Luft III was designed to be as hard as possible to escape from. It was built in the middle of a pine forest with a clearing all the way around its barbed wire compound, located on sandy soil. The soil was pale yellow sand, impossible to hide. As an added precaution, the barrack buildings were even built on stilts to help stop inmates from digging tunnels. Microphones were buried underground to detect tunneling. Watchtowers stood everywhere. But Bushell didn't see a prison as a permanent punishment, so he started to note down the weaknesses of this prison. Inside the camp were hundreds of Allied pilots, which was smart, trained, and disciplined. They were men who knew how to follow orders and how to break them. Bushell quietly formed a secret organization, X Organization, and Bushell was the man who known as Big X. Bushell didn't plan for one man to escape. He planned for 200 prisoners who want to escape. Bushell and his fellow POWs set to work on a plan to escape in this way. Many POW camps formed escape committees to establish escape plans, and the one at Stalag Luft III, with Roger taking the lead, set about building no fewer than 3 tunnels. They were codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. The idea was that if 1 or even 2 tunnels were discovered, the German guards would not have thought that there could be a third. The plans involved hundreds of POWs digging the tunnels, depositing the soil, creating fake identification, making clothes, and generally distracting from suspicious activities. Theater performances were put on to disguise any noise being made while the tunnels were dug. On night March 24, 1944, snow covered the ground. The cold bit through bone, and this was the perfect moment the escape began. One man crawled into the tunnel, then another and another. It took hours. The tunnel came up short, ending inside the forest line, not beyond it. Each escapee had to wait for guards to look away. Time was slipping. By dawn, only 76 men made it out. Roger Bushell was one of them. He escaped with his partner, Bernard Scheidhauer. Their purpose is to reach a train, disappear into Europe, and enjoy their freedom. For a brief moment, it worked. Bushell and Scheidhauer boarded a train. They breathed in fresh air. But Nazi Germany was furious. Roadblocks went up. Stations were watched. The Gestapo hunted. Soon their dream ended when they reached station. They were arrested. And then came the order. Of the 76 POWs who made it out during the Great Escape, only 3 completed their journeys to freedom. When Hitler heard about the escape, he exploded with rage. At first, he ordered all escapees executed. His generals pushed back, barely. Hitler's final command was chilling. Shoot 50 of them, without any mercy. Roger Bushell was taken into the woods. He was told he was being moved. Instead, he was shot. His death was recorded as he was killed while attempting to escape. The Nazis believed they had erased the story. They were wrong. After the war, investigators hunted down the men responsible. Several were tried and executed. Roger Bushell and the other 49 were buried together in Sagan, near to the site of Stalag Luft III. Today, they are remembered as the 50. They didn't win freedom. Stalag Luft III still stands today as a reminder that cages don't defeat human. Fear doesn't defeat men. Only surrender does. And Roger Bushell, he never surrendered.